Well, drivers and dreamers, the Rock and me are headed over to the Volvo dealer now, hoping they have the wiring harness that I need, or believe I need. If they do, I'm going to put it on and then see if the Volvo dealer or the TA or somebody right here close can hook up and get this thing reset where it's out of the poor quality def detected engine derate, 5 mile per hour in 135 minute mode. Yeah, so let's go to Volvo. I believe it to be this one, and they have that one in stock. Okay, let's find out if it fits. They said once I open it, it's mine, so I gotta compare it in the bag. We got that plug there, and we got that plug right there. What do y'all think? Looks like the same thing still in the bag. I think it is. And it's got a whole bunch of little plug-ins all over the place. Well, let's throw some more good money after bad. See what happens. Well, here goes nothing. Get the old harness out, and the new one's all in. But we gotta do something with the spaghetti and the mechanic's best friends. I hate those little things, but I don't have anything with me other than a pocket knife, so I'm going to wait till they go in the house and cook it, and I'll snip those off. But that's all done. I'm going to put the skirt back on it. It's running a regen right now, and fingers crossed that there's no progress. Now, the truck's not really on fire, but I did discover an exhaust leak upstream of the after treatment system, and I'm wondering if all that smoke that should be going out the exhaust and all of that airflow and pressure that should be pushing out through the DPF filter might be part of the reason that it's not actually cleaning that DPF filter and doing what it's supposed to do. Because it's typical for a truck to smoke like that during a regen process. It just should come out the end of the tailpipe. Getting the exhaust gasket replaced, which actually wasn't even there. The old clamp broke when I took it off, so new clamp, new gasket, and maybe it won't smoke anymore while it's doing its regen, and maybe putting all that extra exhaust flow out through the DPF filter will actually help to clean it properly. Maybe. I don't know, we'll see. No smoky. It should be coming out the back here as soon as it does start smoking, which is probably not hot enough for it yet. I noticed something that's unusual. When I started this parked regen a minute ago, that def gauge was on the top side of the 3/4 mark. Of course, it went through that entire regen and dropped it down to that point. Because of all the smoke that was coming out up there, I'm not sure that it was actually pushing exhaust through the DPF filter to clean it. So as soon as it was finished with that regen, it popped up that message and said, well, not that one, but anyway, it said parked regen needed. So I replaced that gasket and clamp, and now I'm running a second parked regen just to see if it makes a difference. But anyway, it's using far more def fluid than it had in the past, so I'm suspecting that the doser valve wasn't getting the proper reading and putting enough def fluid out through the system to do the job. Process of elimination, eventually we'll figure it out. We are progressing, just not in the right direction. It's still doing its regen, but that's the final phase that this thing goes through before it actually shuts me down to 5 miles per hour. This regen is almost finished. I'm going to do a 3 key trip cycle, see if it'll clear out any codes after replacing that wiring harness. If that doesn't work, outside the service department. I am now over here at the TA, and they said about an hour and a half they'll get me in, see if they can get me unlocked. They're kind of busy at the moment, but I'm gonna see if I can find a bean and a tater to go together while I'm waiting. So I was scheduled for a 1 o'clock p.m. regen, forced regen. It's now 2:30, and as you can see, there's nobody touching my truck. It's frustrating because you don't know what to tell brokers when they call and ask, hey, are you on the road yet? Nope. Well, when will you be? I don't know. Well, we got to reschedule the load, so we got to know what to tell the receiver. As soon as I know what to tell you, I'll let you know. Here's what we've got going on. You can hear the truck in the background. It's doing a forced computer regen right now, and you can see all of the temperatures: 608 degrees Fahrenheit, 723 degrees Fahrenheit, 715 Fahrenheit, depending on where you're measuring it from. But that's what the system is looking like, and everything is functioning absolutely perfectly according to the computer, but it still doesn't want to unlock out of the 5-mile-per-hour derate mode. So they're doing an SCR regen at the moment, and we're going to see if it responds to that. Well, we are 6 hours in. We're in the exit inducement mode test where it's testing the dosing valve to make sure that it is fully functional, and it will clear any codes associated with that valve since we've put a new one on it. We are still in 5-mile-an-hour derate mode. So we're in the process of doing an extremely high-tech test. It's called the wiggle test. The tech is out there wiggling the harness, every wire he can get his hands on, and I am watching this computer to see if anything moves, if anything shows up, anything changes. So far the only thing doing anything is the depth pressure, but it's staying right within parameters, so I don't think it has anything to do with him wiggling anything. I don't see anything happening. Doesn't look like the wiggle test is going to be successful, and I'm probably going on 8 hours in now. Testing and poking and prodding, and as you can see, I'm still locked in at 5 miles an hour. Well, as you can tell by the daylight, it's day 2. The only difference is I've crossed the road and I'm now at the Volvo dealer. They got me in within 45 minutes to get in here, which is really good. And the tech sounds knowledgeable. He has Volvo software, which is critical at this point. Yeah, this is visit number 12 inside 3 weeks to a mechanic. Same issue every time, except for the one time when I ran out of diesel. So, we'll see what happens. What's the verdict, buddy? So, we're back on the road. All they were able to do was unlock it. They did not find a reason other than they think there might be an issue with the NOx sensors, which are stupid expensive, somewhere up around $700 a piece times 2. But if that solves the problem, it gets us back on the road. That's okay. So, gotta get my pre-trip done. I just got hooked up to the trailer. You can see it sticking out there, and Rocky and I will be heading up over the Sierra Nevadas. We'll stop and get out and play in the snow, bud. He just wants to roll, same as me. Way too much downtime lately. Want to see something funny? He's not drunk, I promise. He don't know what to think about snow that keeps giving way under his feet. Come on, buddy. Let's go. optimistically excited. Ain't we, Rock? Been driving all day, and the soot level is not maxed out. It also hasn't locked us out. So just backed into a hole here in Lathrop, California, at the Flying J. Volvo got us unlocked this morning, and he told me it will probably derate again because he just did the dealer unlock for test drive purposes, but it has kept us unlocked all day. So, and the soot level's not up, so maybe that wiring harness change actually fixed the problem. Interestingly enough, what seems to have finally diagnosed and found the problem with this truck, fingers crossed, but so far so good, was the high-tech wiggle test from the guy back in Wells, Nevada, that said he thought it might be the wiring harness after wiggling it, and his computer would act funny whenever he wiggled that wiring harness. Time will tell, because that was shop number 12, and I'm about tired of shops. Ain't we, Rock? Ain't we there, Rock? Yep, we're about tired of shops, aren't we? This spoiled rotten nut. You're just a big old goober, aren't you? You old bonehead. Well, I'm gonna wrap this video up, guys. 12 shops. 12 in the last 3 weeks. I've about had enough.